Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 7 deadline stream with me, Holly Shand. And it's set to be a busy one because we've got so many flags in our teams. We've got Aston Villa, Brighton, the early kickoff. And a lot of the players that we've got flagged for today are players that do have a fixture today. So there's a chance that we'll get some team leaks. So if you're here, come and say hello in the chat. Hopefully I have plenty of time to answer your questions. I've got one free transfer myself. I'm hoping to roll that transfer and ride the wave with some of these injured players. So it's interesting to see how this pans out. You can probably hear I'm yellow flagged a bit myself with a cold, but we're going to battle through because we cannot miss this deadline. It's definitely a brutal week for FPL managers. So here's my team on screen now. If you want to look at how I'm looking for this week, I am planning on rolling this transfer. Botman, we believe, will start. Saka has travelled for Bournemouth. Maddison's been in training as well. So I should be okay in terms of rolling this transfer. Obviously, I've got a little bit of interest in this early kickoff because I've got Diaby and Cash. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one pans out. Haaland captain, just a one double game week player for me. But I feel like I'm happy with my decision because we know that Saka has travelled. So my biggest piece of advice for Saka owners, particularly those that have maybe used the wildcard already, is to keep Saka, start him. That's the big news. I've got a new screen up. So Saka travels, the advice is to start him. Botman and Wilson, two other highly owned players, are rumoured to start. I'll go through all the team news and stuff in a minute. I guess I probably should add on to there because I think there's been a few concerns this morning with the fact that Son is flagged. We had this issue last week where it was said that they played through injury in the North London derby, Maddison and Son. And then Postecoglou said yesterday something like they've trained, but they've both been a bit sore. Hopefully they'll be able to overcome it. I don't expect it to be a massive issue, so don't let that put you off. Hopefully you're liking the new kind of layout with the breaking news. If you are, do let me know in the chat. And make sure you're hitting the like button. I've just updated that so that everyone knows. So it's not an issue. I will go through the exact quote in a minute. I'm just going to check because I think I've covered all the highly owned players. So Saka, start him. Son and Maddison have trained. I don't think we need to worry about them. We also know that Saliba has travelled. So I think that means that I think maybe Isaac could be benched. So I'm just going to add onto the here that Saka and Saliba travel. Sorry if this feels a bit rushed. I take my daughter to football on a Saturday morning and then come back to do the stream. So that's why kind of things are a little bit all over the place. I can see people moaning already in the chat about the number of players that are flagged right now. It is frustrating, that's for sure. I am going to hop over to the chat then and say hello to some of you guys. I will put my team back on screen as well so that you can see where I'm at this week with rolling the transfer. So if I hop over to the chat, lots of you in already, so great to see you. I am going to pin my message at the top of the chat. There's over 174 of you in already, which is amazing. So make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. David is in, as is Chris, Balaji, Light Rays, Linford is modding. Thank you, Linford. We've got Rasta, Uzio, Jellyman, Shah, David, Henry, Fred, Louis, Rashid, Mohad, Shamil, Pulkit, Sitter, Shamil, FIFA Scores member is in, as is Raunak as well. Good to see plenty of members in this morning, and kudos as well. Linford says, good morning. Don't forget to smash the like button. I'm going to pop and do some members' questions quickly. First of all, FIFA Scores says, should I start Maddison or Mbomo? I think I'd find it very difficult to bench either of those. Maddison, I feel, is fixture proof, and Bomo has the set pieces. So I would start them both. I'd find another player to bench rather than either of those. Ronick, don't worry about Son. I will go to the comment in just a second. Linford's doing a great job of modding, but please only ask your question once. Ronick says start Johnston or Turner this week. Probably Turner. I will look up for you. First of all, let's have a look at the predicted points for goalkeepers this week. And I will have a look at the clean sheet odds as well. So I can't find either in the top 10, which doesn't bode well. Turner on 3.6, Johnston on 3.5. And if we have a look on Twitter at FPL Salah, he'll have the clean sheet odds for this week as well, which is going to be helpful. Hopefully I don't need to scroll too far down to find them. Here we go. Nottingham Forest 31%, Crystal Palace 15%. So I think that those two things concur. Ronick says this is the live stream he's been waiting for. Thank you. Kidos says what to do with Trossard. I think Martinelli's problem is a big one. So I think keep Trossard. I haven't seen any news on whether he's travelled or not though. So we're going to pop through all the news that we've got in. There's been quite a few bits and bobs dropping in this morning, including predicted lineups. Predicted lineups for Arsenal, first of all. The fans' vote looks like Raya in goal with a back line of White, Gabriel Zinchenko and Saliba, but it could be Tomiyasu. Then a midfield of Jorginho, Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus. And not a lot of love for Trossard to start. Nelson, Saka and Nketiah are kind of splitting the votes for the other slot in the attack. So that's quite interesting from there. An update from Andy, Let's Talk FPL. Saka, Saliba and Rice all trained yesterday. My guess is that they all start. I think Saka started something like 80 Premier League games in a row, which is pretty ridiculous. So that's obviously going to be helpful. But no other leaks from Arsenal just yet. We did see a video of Arsenal arriving in Bournemouth. You can see Saliba there on the first video. You can also see on the second video, Saka there in full training attire, which makes me think that I said yesterday, if Saka's part of the squad, I would want to hold on to him. And I'm still of that opinion right now. We had this from Sean Casey, who's a potential Newcastle in the know. A little bit kind of hidden this, but I think this is the either first or last name initial of the Newcastle squad, the 11. So it looks like Pope in goal, a backline of Byrne, Botman, Schär and Trippier, a midfield of Sean Langstaff, Bruno G and Anderson, with a front three of Gordon, Wilson and possibly Miguel Almiron as the last one. So that's not good news for Isaac owners, but it is good news if you're carrying a flagged Newcastle player like Botman or Byrne or Wilson. So that's the latest news from there. And then I think everything else is as it was in the press conference yesterday. I will have a quick look through the live chat, which does seem to be going a bit mental at the moment, to see that we've got everything covered so far. Let's get the stream up to 100 likes while I'm doing that though. And I'm just making sure that I've got all the tabs open on my PC so that if we get any leaks in any of the places where we get leaks, that I've got it covered for you guys. But it all looks pretty quiet at the moment. As I mentioned, the tweet deck is open. I haven't actually looked at this for a few minutes because I've been getting set up for the stream. So we'll see if anything's come through. I'm going to have to give it a refresh because I've had this tab open a while. I got the stream set up, went out, then came back. So we only really need to see the top. Because if there's anything significant, it'll be around here somewhere. Doesn't look to be. much going on at the moment, which is good news. I think FPL Juice are doing their streamception, so they'll probably hop along at some point and distract me in the chat. I'm going to leave the tweet deck open then. I'm going to put my team back on screen. Check I've not missed any members' questions, first of all. So covered starting Bomo or Maddison. Rannick said, would you start Havertz on the right and give Saka a bit of a rest? I don't think Arteta's going to rest him, if I'm honest. Right, I'm going to scroll back up to the start of the chat then and try and answer some questions. Hopefully I don't cough all the way through. Balaji says, who to replace Chilwell? Is it okay to replace him with White? Yeah, I prefer the Newcastle defenders though, and I think a double up is even fine. So if we have a look at the predicted points... Sorry, I'm going to need to cough. If we have a look at the predicted points for defenders on Fantasy Football Hub over the next few game weeks, remember this tool is a members tool and you can get 30% off at Fantasy Football Hub right now with a 7-day free trial, and the win your mini league or your money back offer ends today. So if you've seen me talking about Hub before and you're wondering what it's all about, whether you should get started with it, you might as well sign up now, get your 7-day free trial. If you're enjoying it, continue with the 30% off membership. And then if you, as a Hub member, they're basically saying they'll guarantee you win a mini league if you let them know which mini league you're in and use the members tools each week. And if you don't, you'll get a refund on your membership. So the link for that is in the chat. It's in the description. This is a little skewed by the double game week with the Luton defenders. But then Trippier is way up there. Hang on, this isn't in the right order. Let me just load it again. So I think Trippier is the highest predicted defender over the next 4 game weeks, 18.9 points. Trent second, Share third. Double up looks absolutely fine. Cash and Dean are in there as well. And some City defenders. Interestingly, no Arsenal. On the Opta stats, by the way, I'm just going to move to this view so that you can see this better. If we look at the team's defensive stats, Newcastle have conceded the fewest number of big chances on their goal with 6. City second best with 7. Chelsea 8, and then Palace and Arsenal. So they look like defences that are ripe for investment right now. Samuel says, is Saka a sure starter? Absolutely not. But he's travelled, so he will be involved. I can see him starting, but that's just a hunch from me. FPL Red has said, what would be your defence on wildcard? Probably pretty similar to my current defence. Udoge is probably more up for discussion, but I'd have a Luton defender. I'd have Botman, Cash, Estupinan. I could be tempted to go with Share or Burn right now. Kind of need the cheap options in there, though, to afford Salah, but if you're not going Salah on the wild card, then obviously Trippier is an option as well. Lewis says, is Maddison and Botman playing today? As best we know, they are. Gavin says, is there rumour Alvara's going to be benched? Yeah, there's speculation because, I don't think we're going to get too many leaks for the 3 o'clock games, but the speculation... You tend to get the leaks more if players haven't travelled rather than if they've not started for these later kickoffs. The speculation, because he's played quite a lot of minutes in the League Cup, he maybe won't be involved from the start today. However, I've got the this from Emma, Jump the Wave. Hopefully you can see this graphic okay. Don't know if it's quite on there. Let me just jump to the other view. So 100% going Edison. It looks like a back line of Ruben, Walker, Vardiol and Akanji, Kovacic, Doku, Foden, Haaland, Alvarez, Nunes, and Alvarez on 93%. So I think that's pretty promising. You know, you look at the players that City have got available, and particularly with Silva still out and Rodri suspended, there's only Grealish and Phillips that could potentially even come into that attack. So I don't think Alvarez owners need to worry. Famous last words. You never know. But I'd say it's pretty promising at this stage. Just going to have a look on the tweet deck to see if there's anything going on. Scroll back up to the top. See what's happening on FPL Twitter. Nothing too significant at the moment. I don't know if that's a leak or not, that one. We'll bookmark it, see if we get anything else coming through. Yeah, nothing significant at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on it. We've got 55 minutes to the deadline. So there's plenty of time for these leaks to come in. There's 300 of you in, which is incredible. So make sure you are liking and subscribing. And let me know what you think to this new little box feature. Hang on. Oh, we could have something. Let me see what this is. Give me 1 second. Don't know if this is a leak or not. My computer's just decided to go on a go slow. I have got everything open, so if there are any leaks, then we will have them covered. No, there's nothing there at the moment. False alarm. I'm just trying to keep abreast of everything now to make sure that if there are any leaks, you will hear them first. So I've got WhatsApp open, I've got Discord open, I've got the tweet deck open. We've got everything covered. I am going to go back to my team and carry on with some questions from you guys. FIFA scores, I did say I wouldn't want to bench either of Mbomo or Maddison. If you made me, I'd say Mbomo on the bench and start Maddison, but I'd like to know who your other options are, mate. I did respond earlier. Don't worry. Balaji said he's gone Chilwell to White. Is that okay? Yeah, it's fine. Probably wouldn't be my first choice, but it's still an okay pick. Shamil says Flecken or Turner. Flecken just. Let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. Yeah. Oh, that's really, really tight on the clean sheet odds. If we have a look at the goalkeepers. Yeah, Flecken really slightly ahead. It is a bit of a coin toss, that one, though. 50-50 that could end up working against you. I hope you land the right side. Yeah, Botman's looking good for a start. Darren says, would you get in Ward-Prowse or Gordon? Gordon seems nailed now with Barnes out. The difficulty is he is 1 yellow off the suspension, so he could... you need to have an option from the bench. We've also got, if I just jump over to the fixture ticker, because they've both got pretty good fixtures over the next few weeks. I guess Newcastle maybe have, if we look over the next 4 for attack, Newcastle have maybe got through some of their nicer fixtures. West Ham's kind of just come in. It's a bit of a 50-50. On predicted points over the next 4 game weeks, Ward-Prowse is on 18.1. Gordon is on 18.5. But if you're looking in that price bracket, there are other players to consider as well, including Bowen. So just have a think in terms of the other news. Now, it looks like Burns starts as well. Maybe I should add that to the box. So Botman, Burn and Wilson to start. I'll put a question mark on it because it is a rumour. Sorry, that'll just take a second to update. It's really challenging me today, the amount of leaks that are out there. But hopefully we've kind of got everything covered. My computer's not liking the amount of updates here. What is going on? Bear with me, guys. Photoshop's just decided to crash on me. If I didn't have to do these edits in Photoshop, it'd be much quicker. We'll get there, though. Cross your fingers that it comes back. It should come back in a second. There we go. I got worried there. We're doing all right, though. 360 of you in. This is a really busy stream. I'm hoping that we can get to 200 likes on it as well. I'll put my team back up and jump back to your questions. Fabulator said Saliba was hobbling. Yeah, didn't look that great, did it? Son should be fine. Watkins or Alvarez? I think I would go with Watkins. Latest news, if you're looking, should be on screen, guys. Burn should start. Alvarez should start. I think I've done Flecken or Turner. Please only ask a question once, and that'll give me a better chance of getting through them all. Bench and Bomo or Matoma? Possibly Matoma. You can probably see from my team that I would start Cash over a Stupinan. I'm thrilled with the number of people that are in. This is amazing. Thank you so much for choosing to join me this morning. A Stupinan or Udoji, you can probably see a game from my bench. I prefer a Stupinan. Obi-Wan says I've got a shirt like that. It shrinks in the washer. Mine is a bit tight at the moment. Alfred says start 3 for Stupinan, Share, Zuma, Cash, Udoji. Got to be Cash, Stupinan and Share, I'd say. I think you can afford to bench. Who've what? West Ham have got Sheffield United. Makes it, to be fair, that does make it hard to bench Zuma. Archer or Cash first bench. Hopefully you can see from my team I would start Cash over Archer. Ethan saying Captain Silver. Yeah, Botman should start. Leighton says Kulusevski or Fernandez. That's an easy one. Fernandez for sure. Definitely Fernandez. I'm just going to pop on the tweet deck and see if we've got any important updates. It's, we're good. We're fine. Stick back with questions then. I think, Ethan said vote for Holly in the awards. Thank you for that. That's a slick segue because I have been nominated for a football content award for Best in Fantasy Football Video. The link to vote is in the chat. I'll pin it as well. But if you click on the link, that'll take you to the Football Content Awards website. You don't need to fill everything in. You can just skip to Best in Fantasy Football. If you've been enjoying my content, then find me in the drop-down box. It's a stacked category, so I need all the help I can get. And then you just have to agree to the T's and C's and vote. It's dead easy. If you would like to vote for me, then I would really appreciate that. Thank you, Ethan, for mentioning that in the chat. I'll put the news back up. 1 second. Diraj says, is Wilson going to start? If the rumours are to believe, then yes. Ethan's going crazy with this prediction, though, of captaining Thiago Silva. He is on... He doesn't even come up as the first Silva. Maybe I need to put Thiago in. 3 predicted points. Haaland, in comparison, is on 8.7. Morris, 8.1. Shall I put a little captain poll live? see what we're thinking at the moment. Who is your Game Week 7 captain? And let's go with Haaland, Morris and other. I might do a little poll on what everyone's doing with Saka in a minute as well. There we go. So go vote in the poll. Definitely lost my place in the chat now. Oh dear. I think I can find it again, don't worry. Be near Ethan's comment, that's what we was on. Callum Wilson should start if the rumours are to be believed, he starts. Saka playing, he's in the squad. No idea if he starts or not, but if he's in the squad, that's good enough for me. Dan asks Son or Saka this week. If you don't own either, I'd buy Son. Alex says, why cash over a Stupinan? It was tight. Cash was on 3.6 predicted points. Has the home game. A Stupinan on the same prediction. May need him, though, judging by the amount of issues we've got on the bench. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Keep Sterling or buy Son. If you can get to Son for free, I'd do it. Noah says, should I start Eze or Wissa? United have got defensive issues. Eze is on set pieces, including pens, so I'd go with him. Obi-Wan is wanting predicted points for Leno and Sanchez. Leno is on 3.8. Sanchez is on 3.7. So AI preferring Leno. Clean sheet odds. Chelsea 36%. Fulham 23%. But we know that Leno's got a high ceiling in other areas, don't we? Lost where I was. Never mind. Memberships are on, by the way, guys. If you want your question prioritised in the chat, that's the best way of supporting the channel. Barnacle says, start Eze or Havertz. No goosing, Eze. What do you mean by no goosing? Hopefully you can't hear a small child screaming in the background. You probably can. Linford says Doku looking like a really good option. Yeah, I agree. Member from Question Gabby. Did that come out right? Question from member Gabby. Does Wissa still have some points? He has good fixture, but his team is too bad lately. Yeah, in terms of the prediction points, still really solid for Wissa this week and over the next 4. The Hub AI team brought Wissa in this week. 4th for predicted points among forwards over the next 4 game weeks. Bit skewed by the double this week, but yeah, still 4th. So yeah, I think Wissa's still fine if you own him. Potentially. Right, it's been another 5 minutes, so we'll just hop onto the tweet deck to see what is going on, see if we've got any early leaks. We've got 45 minutes just under to the deadline. We're very, very, very close for 200 likes. So if you are watching and you haven't hit that like button yet, now is your chance. And make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. We've had a big influx in new subscribers in the last day or two, which is amazing. On the poll, 86% going with Haaland captain. Going to put another poll live, which is, what are you doing with Saka? The options are keeping and starting, keeping and benching, selling for free, and selling for a hit. I, by the way, are keeping Saka and starting him this week. We've got Simon is in modding as well. World Prowse triple captain, good luck, mate. Roundock says, Mbomo to Diaby, do it or not. This week for a -4, I'd do it next week. I'd hold Mbomo, but I think if you're doing the move to Diaby, it needs to be a free transfer, in my opinion. Gotta be. Fighter Jet says, would you play Alvarez or Morris? I would go with... Oh, that's a tricky one. I think it's got to be Morris. I think Morris is the second best player this week after Haaland in terms of pick and captaincy. I don't know if I've skewed the voting for Saka, but 2/3 of you that have voted, how many votes have we had? 131. Guys, there's 400 of you watching, so we need more on the poll. But yeah, 2/3 at the moment with me on keeping and starting. Walter, would you go with do Saka and Maddison or Son and Bomo on a wild card? I mean, Saka and Son is optimal. Son and Bomo just so. But have a route back to Saka soon. Kian, what should I do with Colwell? I have a Stupinan and Botman and not happy with either. Colwell you can start this week. I think that's fine. Colwell, Stupinan and Botman is a really solid back line this week. I would start Cash over a Stupinan, as you can see from my team. That's what I'm doing. Kieran says Saka or Rashford to Maddison. I don't think I'd do either this week, but I think probably next week Rashford to Maddison could be on. I think the home game for United, Rashford's been in form, hasn't he? His numbers have been good. So just have a look at the fixtures again. It's 2 home games in a row, which makes it really... It's 3 home games in the next 4, and no one's the Manchester derby. If you just have a look at the Opta stats, I'm just going to load this up again just to reset it. Rashford moved to the wing in game week 3. In that time, he's second for shots. He just needs to start filing Højlund. He's got 19 points, which isn't bad. Not the best, but there's still promise there from Rashford. Chloe, I think I did miss your question. I would bench a Stupinan out of those 3. I hope that helps. Right. Let's go back on the tweet deck, just do a little check that we've not missed any news. We're getting close to 250 likes, by the way, guys, which would be a nice number to hit. Still quiet, no more leaks, but I've got everything that we know back in that little box as well, so don't worry. Just nothing come through on WhatsApp either, but I've got everything open in case it does. Just check Discord as well, all clear. So we're good. Keep hitting the like button, guys. We're nearly up to 500, which I think would definitely be a record on this deadline stream. So I'd be buzzing if we did get that far. Happy saying Ward-Prowse or Bowen. I think Bowen has got to be the one that you go for. He's got more goal threat. He's the more exciting pick in my opinion. Just putting my team back on. Screen for you guys. Fugo and Ward-Prowse captain. P4 Verzel says, I've got Rashford and Sterling in my team, both blanking for about 3 weeks in a row. What do I do? Transfer off to? I'd get rid of Sterling to a Spurs midfielder or DRB. Femi asks you, Dozie or Botman? Botman, easily. Mikey says, Mbomo or Wilson or Sterling? Knowing that Wilson starts, I think it's got to be Wilson. Cameron says, are you bringing in Son next week? Yeah, probably. No new updates on Saka. We know he's travelled. By the way, 2/3 of you in the poll are keeping him and starting him. There are a few of you looking to sell for free. It's the next popular, but it's very, very clear now. He's with the squad. So if I downgrade a Stupinan to a 4 million defender, just put one in as a placeholder, I can get from Saka and Bomo, Maddison or Diaby to Son. The original plan was Diaby to Son, but on current form, I've only got exact funds for that. There are a few defenders like Lamptey though. I think he's like 3.9. Did he start the last game? No. There are options. I could go and Bomo to Son. That may be the route. I've got 0.2 million wiggle room on that one. So I've got a plan to get Son in. I could go Maddison to Son. I think the double up looks on though. If you look at Spurs fixtures after this week, we've got Luton, Fulham, Palace, Chelsea, Wolves. Like, that's a really nice 5 there. They're all out of attack anyway. So I think it's perfectly fine to do that. Wasim, bench Højlund and Bomo or Foden. Højlund. Mikey and Bomo or Wilson start. Got to be Wilson, I think. I don't like benching players that are on pens, though. Ahmed says Archer or Cash first sub. Have we had that before? Cash. Keep the questions coming in the chat, guys. I am going to do my best to get through all of them. We've got 35 minutes to the deadline. Keep hitting the like button as well. Let's try and get the stream to 300 likes. Daniel said bench Burn or Botman for Kabore. Yeah, I would do. 2 Sid. -8 hit. I wouldn't take a hit that big, but that looks okay. Yeah, Diaby's a great pick. I would go with Bowen over Mbomo. Vardiol should play. Walter, I think I've seen that question already from you. Travels with Gigi is in. Nice to see you. Getting through these questions now. Saka or Adebayo? Saka. Musquith. I'm on wildcard. Oh, good luck. Kashi, Doji and Gordon. Or Trippier, Taylor and Diaby. I think the balance is better with Cash. Maddison we expect to start. Best mid with 6.3 in the bank. Gordon. Let's go back to the trusted predicted points. 6.3 million you said, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's filter by midfielders. Yeah, Eze actually top, then Gordon, then Ward-Prowse. I think they're the obvious picks. Remember, this Win Your Mini League or Your Money Back offer is live today. Today it finishes. So if you are interested in becoming a Hub member, now is the time. XS Savage says, I have no Haaland on my wildcard. Is that a bad thing? Yes. Get it changed. What are you doing? That's like, I describe it as FPL suicide not having Haaland. Like, how... His ownership's like 92.4%. Predicted points this week, Haaland top. Predicted points over the next 4 game weeks, Haaland still top. Game week 8, I think. Sorry if you can hear my kids in the background. Can you hear my kids in the background? Or is it just me that can hear them? Game week 8, against Arsenal, still top pick. Manchester Derby, another trickier fixture on paper, still the top pick. Game week 13, where he plays Liverpool, still the top pick. Basically every game week, regardless of fixture, Haaland is the top captain pick. It is crazy to go without him. 11 off 300 likes, guys. Let's keep them coming. My subscribe button isn't showing. What is going on? There it is. Lost it. Nikesh says start Edison or Areola. Edison. Highest predicted midfielders for the next couple of game weeks. Give this a refresh just to reset it. Do just remind me to keep... I'll go back to the tweet deck in a minute, see if we've got any more leaks. Let's get it to 300 likes, guys, and we might get up to 500 views, which would be amazing. So, Salah top, then Son. Fernandes and Rashford still up there. Saka, Maddison, Diaby, Odegaard and Bomo, Eze is your top 10 for midfield predictions. Right. We're all looking clear in terms of leaks, but let's just check the tweet deck as well, because you never know what could be coming through. It's been 5 minutes since I last looked. Looks like I don't know. I don't think this is a leak, but Arsenal injury crisis was a load of... well, you can see what it says there from Blue Tone. Who'd have thought that fan base would get over emotional? Yeah, I think that bodes well in terms of how strong Arsenal will be today. Excuse the bad language, didn't come from me, but got to share all the information. Botman's expected to start. I would just go Bowen over Diaby. I mean, it is hard to bench a Stupinan. Have I lost my team on here? The tab with my team in has just disappeared. We've hit 300 likes there, guys, so thank you for that. I'd love to get to 500 watching at once. I'm going to keep plodding on with the questions as well. Yeah, unfortunately this week, 3 defenders have got a better fixture than a Stupinan, but with the state of the flags, you never know when they might be needed. Please just ask your questions once and it'll give me a better chance of answering everyone's. I would go for Saka and Gordon over Bowen and Diaby. I'd go Diaby over Doku. Arlo says he's got the same team as me. Did he copy me? No changes for me this week. I would go with Areola over Onana, given the number of injury issues for United defenders at the moment. And Bomo to Son. Looks okay, that move, and Bomo to Son. If that's a free, if it's a hit, it's different. Vardiol should start. Haaland's captain over Salah is easy. Saka news is that he's travelled. I'm starting him. Giovanni, selling Chilwell for Zuma or cash? Or selling Saka? Yeah, keep Saka. Chilwell to cash would be the move for me. And Bomo over Matoma still just. Fabio says, I have Henry on the bench. Should I get Kabore for the double game week? If you've still got your wild card, then the short-term move is fine, but it depends who's got to be benched to get him in. Remember, members of the channel will get priority answers to questions on the stream. Ranik says, I feel I'm going to drop out of the top 50k. That's phenomenal rank now, mate. Well done. I would keep Mbomo this week. Burns should start. Leno or Areola is a 50-50. Leno just. If you can do Mbomo to Son for free, then get it done. Kame has got Estepinian, Cash and Anderson. Which two to start? Estupinan and Cash. Gotta be. Bowen or Diaby? I'd go Bowen just. Saka is with the squad. My gut feeling is he starts, but that's just my opinion. Keep the questions coming. I'm getting through them quite rapidly now. Few going with some differential West Ham captaincy. I wouldn't do Odegaard to Saka if I didn't own Saka this week. I wouldn't buy him. I think the move to captain Morris over Haaland is on, but I still think Haaland's the better pick. I would bench Sterling over Cash, Gekuas, and go with the 4-4-2. I'd go Diaby over Ward-Prowse. Keep Saka. Not a leak, but other people in the community basically saying the same as I am. But Saliba, Saka, Botman, Burn, Maddison, Son. I know they're all flagged, but yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't start. Let's put it that way. Just going to do another quick check that we've not got any leaks. Let's check the tweet deck as well. I think we're all good at the moment. We've got 25 minutes until the deadline. Predicted lineup for City is the same as what I suggested earlier. Don't think we need to worry too much about that one. Famous last words. No other leaks at the moment though, guys. Keep the questions coming. I'll put my team back on screen. Getting through these questions now. So don't worry, stay patient. I know if I haven't answered them yet, I'll be onto it soon. I would probably start Vardiol over Estepinian. I can see Villa scoring. It's just Estepinian's attacking threat, isn't it? Captain Morris for a gamble is okay. Any repeat questions I'm putting in timeout, by the way. I would start Son over Maddison, but ideally I'd start them both. I think I would go Ward-Prowse over Gordon just because of the Gordon yellow card situation. And Bomo to Bowen is an okay move. Nice comment from Norbert, thank you. Son or... Oh, we've reached 500 watching. Thanks so much, guys. I think that is a record. Saka to Son for a hit I would not do. I would hold Saka. I'd start Eze over Wissa. I'd start Turner over Onana. I wouldn't bench Mbomo because he's on pens. Haaland captain is the one for me over Morris. But I understand why people are going for it. Rashford or Saka? Gotta be Saka. I would probably start Estepinian over Colwill. I'd start Turner over Johnston. Saka and Saliba, I believe they'll start. Let me just recap this news. So Andy says Saka, Saliba, Rice all trained yesterday. Guess they start. We saw Saliba and Saka have both travelled with the squad, and we believe that the Newcastle lineup will be Pope, Burn, Botman, Cher, Trippier, Longstaff, Bruno G. I've just forgot who the A is. Anderson, Gordon, Wilson, Almiron. But that's all summarised in that little box as well on screen in the breaking news, which is a new addition this week, and hopefully we're finding that one useful. Keep going with questions. Keep them coming in. Sean says Saka and Botman or Diaby and Trippier. Go Saka and Botman. I would start Botman over Udogie. I'd start Burn over Stupinan. Mikey says Mbomo or Sterling, which one to start? And Mbomo's got the set pieces, so I would go with him. I'd start Turner over Johnston. Saka and Saliba, we expect, are with the squad. They've travelled, they've trained. I think they'll start, but I haven't got a leak on that. Early kickoff is Villa Brighton. We've got 22 minutes to the deadline, so that's the game that we're most likely to get any leaks on now. But keeping an eye on all the stuff that I've got open right now, I haven't got any leaks yet. At some point, I will go over to the tweet deck in case we get late news coming in. A lot of news on Twitter just summarising the same thing as I've got in that breaking news at the moment. But if we get anything else, I will keep it updated. I am going to keep on my team and keep on the questions just for a tad longer. If we could get the stream up to 400 likes, that would be amazing. And keep subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We've just hit 26.7k, which is amazing. Thought I had something there, but no, it was on a different group. It wasn't the leaks group that I'm in. I'd start Stupinan over Akanji. I would start for Giles. I would start a Stupinan and Kabore with Trippier. Oh, we've got a new member, Edward. Thank you so much for joining at the budget pick. Remember, as a member, you get the special members emoji. You get priority access to chats. You can also get access to my Discord channel and a little Rate My Team as well. So thank you so much for joining, Edward. I appreciate that. If you've got a question, drop it in the chat and you'll get priority response to that one. Fernandez over Bowen. I think Saka will start, but we haven't got firm news. I'd start Vardiol over Estepinian. I think Maddison will start. Edward has asked, should I start Neto or Mbomo? Got to be Mbomo. He's on set pieces. Neto's got a tricky fixture. I think that's quite an easy one, that one. I know when Neto's got the form, but City is not an easy fixture. I think Maddison will start. That's just my opinion, though. Haaland over Morris captaincy for me every day. But I understand why people are tempted with it. Saka isn't definitely starting now. But with the information we've got, the fact he's travelled, he's with the squad, I'm happy to keep him and start him. While we're waiting for any leaks, remember you can vote for me in the Football Content Awards for Best in Fantasy Football video. I'll drop that link in the chat. To support the channel, it really would help me. So I'll pin that just for now. But again, we've not got any more leaks at the moment. I think probably at this point, it'll be safer to me to keep the tweet deck open, given that I'm rolling my transfers this week. Anything else that we get in will pop up there. I am keeping an eye on all my other sources in case we get any other news. But yeah, it's fairly quiet at the moment. Not looking great for leaks for Villa or Brighton, which is the early kickoff. Just checking I hadn't missed any members' questions. I'd start a double game week defender over Stupinan personally. I think that's an easy one. Still quiet on the tweet deck, so I'm just going to put my team back up. We've got 18 minutes now to the deadline. Keep the questions coming. Uzi, I wouldn't drop any of your midfielders to get Bowen in. Obi-Wan says, are you nominated for 2? Yeah, I somehow got a nomination for Best in Fantasy Football editorial as well. I do write for Fantasy Football Hub and The Athletic. So I guess that's why. But it's the video one is the one we're most invested in. I think Saka will start, but we haven't got confirmed news. We've got a lot of repeat questions. Nam says, should I start Burn or Estupinan? I'd start Burn. Foden and Alvarez start is a leak that I've got. That's a big one. Foden, Alvarez start. Let me update the graphic. I'm going to have to readjust this. Hang on. Foden and Alvarez start. Hang on one sec. I've got too much breaking news to fit it all in the box. Just need to change the spacing. Hang on. Here we go. Right, it's in. Let me just update this so that you can all see it. See? This is a place to be if you want the breaking news. Are you ready? Should update any moment. So, hang on one second. So we've got a leak that Foden and Alvarez start. Saka and Saliba travel, so I would start them. Botman, Burn and Wilson rumoured to be starting for Newcastle United, and Son and Maddison have trained again. I expect them to start. Coming up, Trumps. If you're enjoying the leaks, keep hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel. All the support you can give the channel will just help me to keep these streams going for you guys. Pleased I can bring you the leak. That was from the guys at Lazy FPL, so big thanks to them. I think it's probably wise now that we've got the tweet deck open. I know you can't see many of the columns. I have got them all on. Give that a share as well. Got to help the guys at Lazy FPL out. Apparently Haaland is in the starting 11 as well, if that helps. So, oh dear. Foden, Alvarez and Haaland start. It's hard to get the graphics updated really quickly for you guys and keep everything else going. It's like multitasking to the max. Oh, we've also got Pellistri starts for United. I'm running out of room. I'm going to have to bunch this up. Pellistri starts for Man U. Get that updated as well. This is when, if anyone can suggest a more efficient way of me to do this, I think it's just my computer not enjoying... everything's just come all at once. This isn't even the early kickoff. Right, just give that a second. It's all going on. Keep liking and subscribing, guys. Right, is that updated? Come on, OBS. Just give it a second. It should be here any second. I don't know why it's done that. Like if I toggle it on and off. No, it's not. I'm going to have to give it a minute, guys. It's not liking it. What is this doing to me? I'm doing my best. It's just not updating. There we go. There we go. Right. That's everything that we've got at the moment then. So, Pellistri starts for United. Foden, Alvarez, Haaland, and I've even got Diaz now. Start for City. We've got Saka and Saliba travelled. We've got Botman, Burn and Wilson all rumoured to start. So it's going on. The thing is, I get distracted keeping an eye on the news by updating all the graphics. I'm going to have to think of a better way, I think. Right, it might just disappear again for a sec, but it'll come back. We've got it all there now. So, that was quite a lot of leaks. Hopefully I've not missed anything else while this has been going on. Yeah, so the big one was Foden and Alvarez confirmation that they start via Lazy FPL. We've also got Haaland and Diaz involved. Pelistri starting for Man United. Make sure you give the guys at Lazy FPL a follow and check out their newsletter, guys, as well, because they're a great team. They gave me a little plug for my live stream yesterday, which was very much appreciated. So it's nice that I can repay the favour. I've probably got an affiliate link somewhere that I can share. So I get the credit if... FPL reports saying Diaby starts. Now, I don't know how rock solid that source is, if I'm completely honest. Derby and Watkins. And again, I'm not too sure on how rock solid that is. Derby and Watkins start. But I'm going to put a little question mark on it. I'm going to have to reduce the text size to get it all in. And then we've still got that news that Son and Maddison trained as well. Sorry. Hopefully this is still good viewing. I'm just trying to keep everything updated. If I've missed any members' questions, I do apologise. I will go back to them. I just want to make sure that we've kind of got everything covered. I hope that Villa leak is correct. Looks like Edison is in the... I don't know if that's just someone playing silly beggars a little bit there, but apparently Edison starts as well, but I don't think that's significant. The Aston Villa leak that Diaby and Watkins starts, I don't think that's big news anyway, but that's like a nailed-on leak. Oh, I've lost it again. Where's it gone? Hang on, give me 1 second to make sure that we've got this image in. My computer's like properly chugging now. There we go. So Foden, Alvarez, Diaz and Haaland all looking at starting. Grealish on the bench is the other leak from Man City. Does anyone own Grealish in FPL? It's all going on. So it looks like Grealish is on the bench. The spacing on this is not helping. How can it be this difficult, eh? Right, this isn't going to look as good as I'd like it to look, guys. But if I'm bringing you the news, that's the main thing. Hopefully this updates again. There we go. So Foden, Alvarez, Diaz and Haaland all to start for City with Grealish on the bench. Saka and Saliba travelled, so I would start them. Botman, Burn and Wilson all expected to start for Newcastle United. Diaby and Watkins expected to start for Villa today as well. Pelistri rumoured to be starting for Manchester United today. Son and Maddison have trained and we expect them to be with the squad. I think they'll start. That's just my gut feeling. It is not absolutely guaranteed. We know that Grealish will be benched. Morris starts apparently as well. It's all going on. Oh dear. I think maybe I need a column, don't I? Of who starts. I'm not going to put all this info on because it's not as crucial. But hopefully you've got a flavour of what's going on. We've got 8 minutes to the deadline. We're suddenly on 600 viewers, which is amazing. So hopefully this little box is just helping. with me frantically updating it. I have lost my place with the chat, so I do apologise for that. I am going to check that I've not missed any members' questions while we've been doing that. Channel members get priority responses in the chat, and it does help support the channel as well. So the City team news that we've got is that Ederson, Foden, Alvarez, Diaz and Haaland all start, with Grealish expected to be on the bench. Akshat says he's got from Transfer Radar that Son and Maddison are expected to start for Spurs against Liverpool. Now, that's not a source that I personally know, so I'm not going to put it in the breaking news, but we did know that Son and Maddison trained, and I wasn't worried about their starting position likewise. Transfer Radar also saying that Saliba and Saka will start for Arsenal against Bournemouth. Again, don't know the truth in that, but I'm very happy to hold Saka and start him. Chloe wants to know if Vardiol starts. I've not got that one, unfortunately, Chloe, at the moment. We've got 5 minutes to the deadline, so if it comes in, then I will, of course, let you know. But hopefully you're finding this little pop-up box quite useful in terms of keeping up to date with all this latest news that's coming in. Picture of Smith Rowe. What does that mean for Arsenal today? Who knows? We're not too far away from getting to 500 likes, which would be amazing. That could be it for early team news. We've got 5 minutes to the deadline, so keep locking in your transfers. Chloe says she likes the pop-up box. I hope I'm pleased to see it's going down well. In the latest City predictions, doesn't look that great for Vardiol, Chloe. But I've not got anything confirmed. There are Arsenal leaks that Saka and Saliba start, but I'm going to put them in tentatively with a question mark, okay? Because I don't know how true it is, but it looks promising for Saka owners. It looks promising for Saliba owners. Hopefully that's updated. I'm just telling you all the information I've got. I think it is promising, to be fair. I hope that does happen. That could be it. We've got 4 minutes to go to the deadline. The support on the stream has been phenomenal today, by the way. To see over 500 you in for this last bit is amazing. Martinez may be out until December for some. Quite a few wildcards active on FPL Twitter today. Shall I do a quick poll? Let's say, are you on wildcard? And the answers are going to be... Oh, no. Done the wrong one. Nightmare. Are you on wildcard? And it's going to be yes, no, and already used. The no is going to be saving it for later. Let's see. We've got the Grealish benched. I've done that one already, haven't I? Losing track now. I think that could be it. We've got 3 minutes to the deadline. Amazing support, though, by the way. I'm just going to jump to the end of the chat and see Watkins or Diaby. I'd go Diaby. I haven't got news that Walker starts. However, he's rumoured to start. Vardiol looks to be the biggest doubt in the City back line, but no definite leaks. That's just the rumour mill at this stage, I'm afraid, guys. Botman or Diaz? I'd go Botman. I'd go Cash over Estupiñán to start. Hopefully you can see that in my team. I'm going to put my team back on screen now, but I am going to make sure I've got the tweet deck open in another tab. So if anything comes in very, very late, then we've got it covered. But I think being able to see my team and the breaking news is probably the most important for the final few minutes. It doesn't seem to be anything else coming through though right now. I think that's going to be it in terms of leaks today. Last few questions. Maddison over Mbomo. Watkins over Matoma. Burn and Saliba, I'd expect them to start. Interesting little bit of United nugget from Akshat in the chat. Again, don't know the credibility of the source yet. Saka starts is coming in on another leak. Whether that's just quoting the same source or if it's a different source, I do not know. But it does look promising for Saka now. Cross your fingers. If you've got him, definitely start him. Do not bench him. Hopefully this is all coming in quite useful. This is like the most early team news we've got for a long, long time. So it certainly made the stream a busy one. Incredible support from you guys, though. 1 minute to the deadline. Saka starts is the rumour. Lamptey, no idea about. I'd start Kabore over Vardiol. I'd go Diaby over Matona. Son, I expect he will play. I'd go Bruno over Matoma. I wouldn't go Mbomo toward Prowse. This is crazy. Right, that's 11 o'clock. Deadline has gone. Wow, good luck everyone with that. Few last little bits from me for today. First of all, Football Content Awards. If you haven't done so yet and would like to vote for me in the Football Content Awards, then I would really appreciate your vote if you're enjoying the content this season. I'll pin that in the chat. You just go to the Football Content Awards website. You don't have to fill everything in. You can just jump straight to Best in Fantasy Football. You can vote for me in Best in Editorial and the big one, Best in Video, stacked category. If you've enjoyed the stream today, then definitely drop your vote there. Really appreciate the support on that one. And this is your last chance to get 50%, the Win Your Mini League or your money back offer in Fantasy Football Hub. You get 30% off and a 7-day free trial. So try it for 7 days. If you're not enjoying it, then you can cancel. If you want to go ahead with the membership, then let them know the mini league you want to win. And if you share the league code, and you use their membership tool every week, every game week, then you'll either win your mini league, and if you don't win, they'll give you your money back, which is a brilliant, brilliant offer. Thank you for bearing with me today. Hopefully you've enjoyed that little box. I'll try and improve it for next week so that we can get more information in, because I was a bit taken aback. It's been a crazy week though with injuries and stuff. So I hope the game week is kind to you. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I just cannot believe how many people are in week on week. I've not got used to it yet. I've had some decent growth on the channel in the last few weeks, but yeah, it's been phenomenal. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great game week as well. I'll be back with you on Monday.